Great importance in having a wonderful group of trustees, and in the room, as you saw the logos, you noticed that the companies who are participating are also trustees here. And their teams, their leaders for employee communication, have been the respondents and those who are really involved in this. So we're actually talking to the people who lead large global employee communication teams. Let me also just quickly say before I move to the final slide that we've had great support among this trustee group. In particular, we've also had great support among a couple of companies. I want to thank Gary Sheffer and GE that has been an incredibly strong supporter from the beginning of the work we've done with the OrgComm work. Jim Spengler, who's a new trustee joining us today, and his team at Navistar also contributed to the underwriting of this work that we're doing. We always, I think, as I will say for Frank, need more funding. But I want to thank these two groups in particular and others who've been involved. Let me also thank on the phone Wendy Strong, who's Chris Olson, as well as Jim Spengler's Lisa Hartenberger have been a part of the extended group that's been the steering group for us around this commission. We do have some next steps. We'll finish up the qualitative phase of the research over the next few weeks. And by the way, I have to tell you, every time we've approached one of our organizations, they've been enthusiastic, not only as trustees, but outside of the company, and saying, absolutely, we want to participate because we want to learn. We'll develop a white paper that really will inform, I think, the next phase of the work we'll do around quantitative, and share that not only with this group but more broadly, and then undertake the quantitative phase as we begin the year. I'm glad Chris Sorek is here because one of the things that we'll do with IABC, which is one of the great partners as well in the area of organizational communication, is to look to Dr. Jerry Swerling and Chris as well and others to help us as we think about this pool of companies that will need to comprise about 600 respondents that we'll need for the quantitative phase that we'll go through. I don't know how many of you read or know this blog. How many of you know this blog, by the way? Almost everybody here in the room. That's Steve Cody, the rep man, and Merrill McDonald, who is a wonderful colleague in this organization and on this commission, worked with us as we built visibility programs back in Chicago a few months ago. And we approached Steve, and we're approaching others. John Elsesser, for example, who's been away with PRSA as they've had to deal with the storms aftermath recently to begin building visibility. And I think that's important for this trustee group to help us with our visibility, with blogging that you may do or your own communication around the work we're doing in this area. And we'll continue that not only this year but in 2013. And as we move toward the year ahead, we want to expand the reach and the presence of our commission. We already have had with Frank and myself a number of people who have volunteered for their own leaders in employee and organizational communication to join this commission. We'll extend invitations to this group of individuals who wants to be a part of what we do and welcome that. We'll also look to Chris and the Page Society with Roger and others to join with us, as well as I make the point of Aubergé in Brazil, for example. You notice Petrobras, where Geraldo, who is the leader down there for the team at Petrobras, has already indicated that he would like to be more active in the work that we do over time. So we'll look to see how we can do that as well. And then finally, to enlist more sponsorship funding and support. A year ago when we started, I think, Frank, we all asked the question, what are the key things we have to do? The first was, frankly, to modernize and refresh our repository and our website so we could have the capabilities to do this work. We did that. The second part, it was very, very important, is the work that Dr. Berger has done on our behalf to build the Employee Resource Center. And we've done a great job around that. Now finishing off this major third piece will be, for us, I think, the crowning achievement for the work that we want to do. And I want to thank again KRC and the work they're doing with us on this.